Hi, my name is Rain, and I'm the owner of Pop Fitness. Welcome to part 3 of my weight loss series. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the absolute basics on the energy balance. But just like my previous videos, I need to go ahead and give a disclaimer first. If you have an eating disorder, a metabolic condition like diabetes, or if you need a specific meal plan, I highly recommend that you contact a registered dietitian in your area. They've received adequate training and education to build a meal plan for you specifically. Okay, now that that's out of the way, in today's video, I'm going to share with you the absolute basics on the energy balance. Let's start with basal metabolic rate. So what is your basal metabolic rate? Well, it's the amount of energy that you require each and every day just to stay alive. This includes brain function, your heart pumping blood, breathing, cellular repair, digestion, and much more. All of these things happen without us even having to think about them. And of course, they require energy. But we know that you don't just stand around all day and do nothing, right? You get up, you walk around, you do chores, maybe you even exercise. All of these things require additional energy on top of your basal metabolic rate, and the amount of total energy that your body requires on a daily basis is called your total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE. Now, knowing your TDEE is incredibly important because you can consider this your baseline. If you consume more total energy than your TDEE, your body will store that energy for later use. Now, if you consume less than your TDEE, your body must take that energy from somewhere. Generally, it takes it from the stores that it's previously saved. Okay, so our body runs on energy. Well, where does this energy come from? Well, it comes from the food and drinks that we consume on a daily basis. All of these provide us energy in the form of calories. Okay, so we know that if you eat more calories, you'll gain weight. And if you eat less calories, you'll lose weight. Well, how do you determine how many calories you actually need? Or how do you determine what your total daily energy expenditure even is? Well, there's two formulas that are commonly used. There's the Harris-Benedict formula. Now, this works for majority of the general population. And there's the Katch-McArdle formula. This works for professional athletes or anybody who knows their body fat percentage. You can use either one to determine your total daily energy expenditure. Another way to determine your total daily energy expenditure is by using something like an activity tracker or a smartwatch. They will count how many steps you take, how much exercise you do, and give you a general estimate on your total daily energy expenditure. Perfect. So if we know what your total daily energy expenditure is, we can determine how many calories or how much energy you need to consume in order to reach your goals. In my previous video, I suggested that if you're overweight or obese, it's safe for you to lose up to 1% of your total body weight per week. If you're within a normal or healthy BMI range, you can expect to lose up to 0.5% of your total body weight per week. Go ahead and do the math here, because essentially what you want to count is 1 pound of body fat is about 3,500 calories. So determine how much you can safely lose and how many calories that is. Awesome. So for example, let's say it's safe for you to lose 2 pounds per week. That would be 7,000 calories. Now, we know there's 7 days in a week, so how many calories less from your TDEE do you need to consume? If your maintenance level is anywhere around 2,500, it's 1,000 calories less, so you would need to consume about 1,500 calories to lose 2 pounds per week. If you want to do this math manually, that's totally fine, but I'll include a calculator in the description below that makes this really easy for you to determine how many calories you actually need to eat in order to reach your goal. Awesome, so we have your calorie goal in order to reach your specific needs. So, what are we going to do with that information now? Well, I highly recommend that you sign up and use an app which will allow you to actually track your calorie intake. It's really important to note that many people overestimate how many calories they burn with exercise and severely underestimate the amount of calories that they're consuming, especially when it comes to high-fat foods. It's very simple to accidentally eat hundreds of calories more than you intend, even on perceivably healthy foods. I cannot recommend enough that you track your calorie intake each and every day with the foods that you're eating until you've built up the knowledge, the skills, and the habits to be able to estimate your calories accurately. It can be very shocking when you first begin weighing foods to realize that you were actually consuming much more than you previously thought. So there's a lot of different websites and apps that you can use totally free to determine how many calories you're eating each and every day. Of course, my number one recommendation would be MyFitnessPal, but there's also many others on the market like Livestrong or Chronometer. So just go ahead and Google it, find the one that resonates with you most, and sign up. Now, something that's really important to note is that we all have preferences on what types of foods we like to eat, when we like to eat them, when it's culturally acceptable for us to eat foods. All of these things need to be taken into account when you're designing your own meal plan. The last thing that you want to do is choose something that's radically different than your current diet because you will not be able to sustain this long term. So to be clear, in order to lose weight, you must consume less calories than you're burning on a daily basis. So to recap on today's video, you learned what your BMR is, what your TDEE is, how many calories you need to eat in order to reach your goals, and also the basics behind the energy balance. Stay tuned for further videos in this weight loss series. I'll go into much deeper detail into the nutritional aspect of things. Otherwise, I want to let you know that I do have a beginner's program that includes all of this information and much more available on my website. It's called Evolve the Healthy Lifestyle Transition Plan. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you learned something new. Leave a comment in the comment box below if you have any questions or concerns. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.